Lawmakers are outraged over the inability of the military to counter terrorism and protect the country from all kinds of attack. The gruesome murder of more than 60 rice farmers shocked the world and further embarrassed Nigeria's government and the military. Now there are more questions left without answers. Joining me now to talk about the capacity of the military to defend the country and its citizens is the Chairman, House Committee on Defense, Babajimi Benson. You're welcome to the program. The killing in Zabamari, Borno State raises more questions about the capacity of the military to counter the decade-long insurgency in the northeast. From your viewpoint as a lawmaker and Chairman, House Committee on Defense, what is wrong with Nigeria's military?
I believe that the Nigerian military is at the moment stretched thin. They are operating in 36 operations throughout the length and breadth of Nigeria. There are less than 200,000 men shouldering all these huge and enormous responsibilities. The police are supposed to be in charge of internal security. So major insecurity issues we have, kidnapping, banditry are actually the sole roles of police. So armed forces stretched thin with no support. They're supposed to be supporting the policemen in carrying out these activities. And again, I've always said that there's poverty pervades the land. You cannot use law enforcement to kill poverty, or you cannot use security to kill poverty. A lot of issues need to be addressed in our polity, a lot of infrastructural challenges, and all these dovetails into the huge insecurity problem we have at the moment.
Over the years, the military has gobbled a huge chunk of the national budget. There was even a time the government borrowed money to fund the military, yet crushing Boko Haram appears to be mission impossible. Would you say the military's budget is still inadequate?
I would say that the military budget, to say the truth, is grossly inadequate. Nigeria, whether we like it or not, we are at a situation of war. And in a war situation, you do not budget based on the envelope system. I mean, the budget, Nigerians think it's huge and that Nigeria is adequately defended, well funded. I beg to disagree. The budget envelope for the defense sector is extremely low for the army, for the navy, so I don't know how we're going to get out of this with the size of budget we have.
Presidential spokesman Garba Shehu said the victims of the Zabamari massacre did not get clearance of the military before going to the rice fields. This statement has really infuriated people, but could that have been the case?
I believe Garba Shehu was taken out of context. In the northeast, there are a lot of mines planted on the fields, So that is why one of the things the governor requested for was the mine resistance vehicles to clear mines. So if you look at the Nigerian army, their deaths, the highest percentage of deaths are from landmines. So what he tried to say is that the government or the military tries to certify areas to ensure that they are mine free. So what he tried to say was that those areas have not been mine tested and mine assured for farmers to be able to go back and farm their crops. So I guess his statement was taken out of context.
The House of Representatives has called for the sack of service chiefs and the rejig of the country's security architecture to curb this frightening spread of insecurity across the country. Yet the president will not bow to pressure, even when it seems clear that there is no fresh strategy against the current threat to national security. How frustrating is this?
Yes, I always say that to fight insecurity, I'll use the word that Sun Tzu, the great Chinese intelligence strategist would say. He would say that the best types of war, the man who has the skills in war is not the one who kills 100 people in 100 victories. It is one who kills people without going into any battle. So I think the best way we can handle insecurity is through having infrastructure in place, having good governance, ensuring that employment and all those things are in place. And our people are not asking for too much. Every year, money is budgeted by federal, by state to cater for the welfare and protect the security of the people. I think that can happen. If that happens, the insecurity we're facing now would be grossly reduced, and the little insecurity can be handled by our police and armed forces in the event that there's backup that is needed. The Constitution puts the buck on the table of the president to hire and fire service chiefs. We have done our best. Our people have spoken severally, and we've conveyed those messages to the executive to do the needful. But he knows best. He hasn't done it, and the cry for the ouster still further increases.
As a lawmaker from Lagos, you have seen firsthand the destruction that was wreaked in the city by hoodlums after the NSAS protest was hijacked. How are the leaders of the state helping to build the resilience of the people?
Firstly, I must thank and commend the governor of the state, Babajimi Benson. He's folded his sleeves and has put his hand back on the plow. He immediately set up a trust fund headed by Yemi Kadoso, chairman of Citibank, and also has a crack team of people who are supposed to raise money and help bring back the good glories of Lagos. There's a Yoruba adage that says that Ile Oba Tojo Ewa Lokusi. So we're expecting Lagos to rebound back bigger and better and with more resilient people.